Where are you spiritually? In one of my earlier vlogs, I talked about how a seed was planted and how spiritually where I am and growing. But I'm curious to know where you are. There's no judgment. We're all in different places spiritually, and that's okay because only God knows our hearts more than anything else. We're also reminded that Jesus, when he was here on earth, was weak. And when he carried the cross, he fell. And he even had somebody come to help him to carry that cross. He bled and he cried. So Jesus knows where we are in our hearts and where we have to carry our cross. And some of us have to carry our cross more than others. But the wonderful thing is that God helps us and carries the cross with us. The last few days, I've been discovering where I am spiritually. Sometimes I feel like I'm up there, sometimes I feel like I'm down here. And one of the things that I have a terrible, terrible habit of, and sometimes I do it under my breath, but I catch myself after I do it, and it's a terrible habit. It's my cursing and my swearing. And I know I have a terrible flaw with my cursing and swearing. And I know it comes because of some of my anger issues. And I ask God, please help me with this. Help me to overcome not only my anger issues, but mostly my swearing issues. I know it needs to stop. I know I have an issue with it. And a lot of times, though, I don't catch myself until afterwards. And that's when I really have to pray. And I really try not to do it around people, other people. Sometimes it happens, but I try not to do it. And it's not that I'm trying to be a bad influence, because I'm not. It's a terrible habit because of where my Christianity was before and where I picked it up and how much my anger put me towards it. So I am working towards it. So anybody who hears me do it, please forgive me. It's one of my greatest flaws that I'm working on. I know I have a terrible issue with it. And I know God knows that I have an issue with it. But I also know that God is working with me to overcome that flaw. And I know there will be a day it will be wiped out. I wish it would be wiped out the way I had a car accident in 2004. And for some reason right before that, I don't know why, I think it was part of my anxiety, I started to smoke. Not heavily. I started to smoke. It took me like over a month to go through a pack. So it's not like I was smoking every day. But then I had this car accident in December of 2014. And some reason that car accident wiped it out. I could never smoke a cigarette again. The taste was disgusting and it made me cough. That accident was God. God knew I had to overcome that smoking. So I pray that somehow He uses some unique technique to take out the swearing. It needs to go. I know it needs to go. I know God needs to know it needs to, I know God knows it needs to go. And I know my friends who accidentally hears me knows it needs to go. It's a matter of the faith and trust in God that He will work things out. If He did it for me for the smoking, I pray He will help me with it on my swearing. And I know that you will, along with me, pray that somehow He will uniquely help me get rid of the swearing. That's all it takes. It's one of my crosses that I'm carrying, but I know it's a cross that Jesus will pick up and why He died for me. That I'm thankful for today.